Hello, LNUG. Hello. Yes. Yes. I didn't expect that. That's great. I'm Alan, as Orlando said. I work for Tableflip. We build Node websites and web apps and things, and that's super fun. Today, I'm going to talk about upmon, which is my pet project that I created just for fun, and it's a whole lot less serious and in-depth and less professional than the last talk, but it should be a bit of fun anyway. It's pretty demo-heavy, so it's probably going to go wrong as well, but we'll try. Yeah. Oh, OK. I should probably start that doohickey. And cool. So, service monitoring. Yeah, what are we talking about here? Like, we're talking about like those websites that you can go onto and say like, sign up to the service and give them your URLs for your applications, and occasionally they'll ping them and make sure that they're still there. And if they're not there, they'll send you like an email or a SMS to inform you that things are blown up and you should probably do something about that. So what I thought was that I am part of the JavaScript community, and we make wheels rounder all the time, so I thought I'd re-implement that just for fun, because I had some free time, and I thought it's not actually that hard a problem, and yeah, I had some like requirements. Oh, great, good. I had some requirements that needed it to be done by me rather than anyone else. So what were my requirements? My requirements were, for fun, I wanted it to run on a Raspberry Pi, and I wanted, because monitoring my server from my server isn't going to help, so I needed it to run from somewhere else, and I thought, I've got a Raspberry Pi, that would be nice if my Raspberry Pi could run my thing to ping my web server every now and again and tell me if it's up or not up, more importantly. So yeah, run from Raspberry Pi, and it obviously would need to then make HTTP requests to my server, because my web apps are all kind of websites and things, and they use HTTP. So 2 simple requirements, right? Does it demo? Yes, it does. So let's try it anyway. A new one of those, please. Make it much bigger. Make sure you can see it. Cool. So this is just a demo, the simplest possible demo I could do of upmon. A couple of characters. Hit enter, and you'll get some JSON junk in your terminal, which is cool. So what it's doing is it's pinging those servers. We've got like a localhost service which isn't running, which is why we're getting like the status 500, and then we've got Google, GitHub, and npm, and it's pinging them every so often, and just outputting that to the terminal, which is fun. But I've invented ping, and yeah, so how can we make this a little bit more exciting? Well, we can make this more exciting by adding more requirements, right? So what I'd like it to do is be able to configure the services that I ping, because having a hard-coded set of services to ping is probably not that useful for other people. And I'd like to configure the interval at which they get pinged. So that sounds pretty reasonable, right? Then also, something should probably happen when the status code isn't 200. Because at the moment, all it's doing is just giving me some nice JSON on my screen that I can inspect with my eyes, but it's pretty tricky to figure out which ones are not running. So yeah, there's that. Something should happen. And I should be able to configure what should happen, because I might want it to send me an email. I might want it to send me an SMS. I might want it to send a carrier pigeon with some message to wherever I happen to be. So that would be pretty cool. Yeah, it should configure what should happen. Okay, so let's try the SMS version of that. Does the SMS demo? Yes, it does. So here we go. This should be hopefully quite easy. For this, because I've got that service that was failing, that localhost 11337, I need to actually create a new service that is actually running, and then it needs to stop, and then I should hopefully maybe get an SMS to tell me that things have not worked. So what can I do about that? So let's create a server that can run on that port. Oh, okay, no, that's okay. That'll be gone in a second. Okay. Okay, right. So if you've done any Node, you're probably a little bit familiar with this.
Can we get some applause for live coding at LNUG? Doesn't happen that often, so it's amazing.
So we're going to listen on port 137. Oh. Okay, thanks guys. And girls.
Developers.
So, what do I want
Pair
to do?
programming.
I want to make extra sure that the status code is going to be 200, and then I'll just end the response because that's fun times. You want me to remove them?
Oh God.
Sweet. So what we're going to do is node server. Cool. That's running, I think, hopefully. So then, oh no, not that. There we are. So then, to test the server thing, what I can do using upmon is upmon, and I can pipe it to upmon SMS, because upmon SMS sends SMSs, and then so if I run this, I should still get the output, which is good, that's working, but my localhost is now 200 response, so we're all good. Now I'm going to make it do a SMS. So what I need to do is stop the server, because then, upmon's like, server stopped, send them an SMS. So if I just quit that,
do it,
then
kill it,
then
do it.
Sorry if you didn't hear that. That is up what full volume on an iPhone will do. So that's pretty cool. And then if I restart the service again, then after 5 seconds when it pings it again, it should send me another SMS to say, it's relax, man. It's okay. There we go. Bing. Awesome. So fun times. So that's that. So let's stop all those things again and go back to the slides. What were we talking about? Oh God. Okay, right. That's great. Yeah, so anyway, so upmon started off as a simple personal project, but it turned into a lesson in how to create modular composable programs that do one thing and do it well. And the secret sauce to doing that is kind of streams and piping things, or piping little JSON chunks or little ping objects. So what upmon is it's just a readable stream that never ends. And occasionally it pings some websites and emits a little ping object. It uses ND.json to emit a bunch of ping objects, which I just said, that contain data associated with a ping. And that looks a little bit like that, which you can all see. So super simple, the URL that it was pinging, the time that it happened, the status code that was returned, and the round trip time, the time it took to do that. So that's what it does. What is ND-JSON? So this is nothing special. It's just new line delimited JSON. It just knows where that's when you have finished a chunk of JSON, and you can move on to the next bit. So there's a standard for that, and it's at ndjson.org. That cool. So upmon modules, like the upmon SMS module I just showed you, are just through streams or transform streams. And they consume the ping data, and they operate it on it, and then output it. So we can pipe from upmon into upmon SMS, and we can pipe from upmon SMS into something else, like upmon log or something else, whatever. So, for instance, mail, because we might want to also email ourselves when bad things happen. SMS I showed you, but we can log. But we could also create a graph of our thing. And oh God, what?
Do you have an integration with the Yo app? Yo, so it yos you every. No. Yo.
That would be cool.
Yo.
That
Yo.
would be very cool. I'm not sure why that's still texting me.
Yo. Yo.
Okay.
Yo.
Weird. Okay, so anyway, like I said, you can just pipe these things together because they're just node streams. They're just streams that you pipe together. So you pipe them together like that in the shell, or you could require the modules and pipe them together like that when they're exactly equivalent. So fun all round. Upmon uses a configuration file. Okay, so the ping bit at the top is the main kind of configuration, the interval between pings, and the services you actually want to ping. The mail module, we use it uses node mailer, so there's lots of different transports you can use, including just regular old SMTP. And SMS currently uses uses message bird. And there's a graph module which you can configure the port that it runs on for the service. The graph module is pretty interesting. So what you could do if you wanted it to run using like PM2 or Governor, you could create a new project, add an upmon rc config file, install the modules you need, and then pipe them together, just like we did in this slide. So, does it demo? Yes, it does. So let's do that, because that could be fun, right? Right? Yes. Yeah. Good. So what I'm going to do is make that bigger. Okay. So so I'm going to create my own monitor, monitor.js, and then monitor. Cool. Okay, you're here. That's great. And then all I need is this code here. But obviously, this code here is not going to work unless I install those modules. So I'm just going to put that in there for now, and npm install upmon SMS. Oh, upmon mail, graph. I spelled it with an F because I'm crazy. So npm. Sweet. Okay, so then we've got our monitor.js file there, and then we can actually run that. So what I need to do is I'm in the right directory. That's cool. Okay. Cool. So I can start monitor.js. So start that up. Cool. So that's running. Have you seen it? Great. So because we're using the graph module now, I should be able to go to localhost 5000, because that's the port that it runs on by default. and I see a graph, and every 5 seconds I should begin to get the pings being drawn onto the graph as they happen. And because we don't have that server, oh, I'm sorry. How about, kind of missing a whole chunk of that. Okay, so this is just a high charts graph, which is super simple to use. And the awesome part about this is that we're piping stuff into upmon graph, and then there's all these connected clients who are connecting via WebSockets, and we just pipe, whenever a new socket connection comes in, we pipe into that WebSocket, so they all get the same information. And what it's graphing here is the round trip time and the fact that this localhost is down 1337. But if we start that up, so if we go, yeah, right, so node serve, start that guy up, my graph, yeah, I should get a text message, recovery message, and my graph should tell me that, which one is it? This blue one. Here we go. So it's now up and running, which is cool. And now I've got like text messages, and I've also, I should, if I'm lucky, it's Gitter's emailing me again. Yeah, so I've got like recovery emails as well, which is pretty awesome, right? So all by just installing a couple of modules and piping them together. So that's that bit. And wait, let me just enter presentation mode again. Cool, so that was there, does it demo, and that's all I have to say actually. So all of the code is on the GitHubs, and you are welcome to check it out and tell me it's wrong, or contribute and make it better, and try it out. And that's my Twitters, so tweet me or something. But thank you very much.
Well, that was awesome. We'll leave this beautiful laptop here so more people can tweet to you. And that's it for tonight. I know you guys are a bit sad, but hey, good things have... Sorry, what? Oh. Sorry, I forgot. Anyone has some questions for Alan? There's a person there, too. Okay, here we go. Are you ready to answer some questions? Yeah, okay. You could? Okay. So who goes for... Oh, he's reaching out. Okay.
So the fuckery that is Monet and Upstart, could you easily replace that with your service?
Yes.
Yes, good. Because that seemed very simple compared to the fuckery that is Monet and Upstart.
So, upmon looks great, but can we pipe other things into upmon mail, upmon SMS and stuff? Because I'm kind of interested in the Unix pipes aspect of it more than upmon itself, which just pings services. I'd like to graph other things and SMS and other things and all that stuff.
Well, yeah, with like some really simple modifications to the module. I mean, at the moment it expects, by convention, an object that looks like an upmon ping, like with a timestamp and a round trip time and that. But yeah, you can look at the code and change what it's expecting to be whatever you want. You can pipe whatever in, as long as it's ND-JSON, and it should be all good. Like they are just they're just free streams. There's nothing special about them, and like the code is not. I don't think it's any longer than like 100 lines for each module, if that. So they're super simple. It does what it says on the tin.
Possibilities are endless. Question?
Can you upmon?
Oh, interesting.
My mind exploded. Yes? No, I don't know.
But can you?
But can you?
Can you?
I haven't done it.
Should we try?
Pull request accepted.
Pull request. Okay. Any other question? Or not? No? Okay. Well, thank you again. So this is it, as in, it's the end of tonight. Thank you for being here.